President and CEO of the Charlotte Bobcats now, and that is Fred Whitfield. Fred, Taylor Zarzer, Mark James, it's good to see you, man.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, it's great to be back and see you once again. This is a big night for the Charlotte Bobcats, bringing in the Big Three.
Well, it is a big night. Our season ticket holders, our partial season ticket holders, our corporate sponsors have all really been looking forward to tonight's game. Once the decision was announced, clearly a lot of teams around the league looked at this game as a for sure sellout. And clearly it's going to be a sellout for us tonight. So we're excited to have him come in.
You mentioned the decision that LeBron James made this summer and certainly got a tremendous amount of response. How quickly after that did you notice a bump when people started saying, oh, I got to find where the Heat are on the Bobcats calendar?
Well, the thing that we did, and I have to give Pete Welly, our EVP, the heads of our sales and marketing, a lot of credit, because we really looked at our season ticket holder base. We wanted to make sure that they were protected, our partial season ticket holders, our corporate sponsors. So we really didn't even put any single game Heat tickets on sale in our marketplace until just as of late we had a few hundred left. So the majority of the tickets that were bought for our season ticket holders. We allowed them to buy extra season tickets at their season ticket holder price. We allowed our partial season ticket holders to come in and have the Heat game guaranteed in their ticket package. Clearly, our suite holders have all the their ticket package. So we really wanted to make sure that our fan base was protected first and foremost, rather than just a casual fan that might want to come out and see it.
Joined by Fred Whitfield, President and CEO of the Charlotte Bobcats, here live at the Time Warner Cable Arena. Fred, on the court, you make the change recently. You go from Larry Brown to Paul Silas, and the team, I heard the practices, they started practicing with a 14-second shot clock. And all of a sudden, it seems like there's a little bit more up-tempo, and the team is responding more to Paul Silas. What do you think the difference was from the Larry Brown tenure in the first couple months to now with Paul Silas?
Well, I just think it's a difference in philosophy. Coach Brown clearly is one of the best coaches I've ever coached. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He did a lot of great things in this organization, including getting us to our first playoff. So for that, we're extremely grateful. I think what had happened at the beginning of this season is that somehow, some way, our team was just not performing the way we all hoped it would be. We did not come out of the gates the way we faced the season last year, where a decision was made that the ways be parted. Paul coming in with completely different philosophies, up-tempo, game plan, letting the guys sort of be a little more loose and taking over the shots and really pressing those guys to take over the shots. I think it's been well received, and our guys, I know, have been working hard in practice. Really, the 14-second shot clock, I think, is to speed up and make sure our guys are in the best condition as possible to be able to play this type tempo. But again, both coaches are great coaches. Coach Brown, again, we all in there again for the great coaches for the organization. Coach Silas was a great coach during his tenure here. Watch that team play. One of the things we're trying to do in this building is get the energy level back up to where it used to be when the Bulls would come in and play on and out on top bowler. Michael was, been out front about having that energy back in the building. From the day Michael bought the team, he started to invest additional dollars in our game presentation, our game operations, having it be an energy-filled building and having the kids have a great time when they come out and push their pants.
I vividly remember an interview that Michael Jordan did with his second three-peat with the Bulls. And we're talking maybe about 1996, 97. So, and they asked him, what's the best environment in the NBA? And of course, this is back then. He said, Charlotte. He said, Charlotte is like a college basketball environment when it comes to like the Cameron Indoor Stadium of the NBA. And he always, and this is when he was playing for Jerry Reinsdorf and the Chicago Bulls. So obviously you know that there is a fan base here that is salacious for NBA basketball. The losses that you had with Raymond Felton and Tyson Chandler, those two guys, you see what Raymond Felton, the guy's probably an all-star point guard right now with the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference. Did you really think that incurring those two types of losses would hurt this team as much as it has?
Well, what we hoped was that DJ Augustin would really step up and fill the shoes of our starting point guard. I think if you look at his play as of late in the last 3 games, he's actually played very, very well. He was drafted number 9. I think we took him number 9 or 10 in the draft. I can't remember exactly what pick. But, we felt like he had earned, the right and opportunity to be able to step out there when we were unsuccessful in we signed Raymond. And so, clearly, Raymond's done a great job in New York, and I'd certainly like to give him his accolades for his continued success, and also the hard work that he's put in. He gave us some great games here in Charlotte. He played part every night. He played great for Coach Brown. And, you know, the NBA just works that way. Oftentimes players move on and make decisions to play other places. Raymond moved on and he's playing great. But, you know, we feel great about what DJ has done as of late. The up-tempo game has certainly helped in his maturation process. And I think Coach Silas giving him the latitude to take a wide open jump shot. I think we also, the first 2 games, what he can do is wide open and big shot.
Larry had that famous quote about "I died" when Ray left and went to the Knicks. And you know, there's no question that Paul brings in a faster paced tempo, but people are excited to play for him. He's a player's coach. Everybody talks about that. So it doesn't seem like from an emotional standpoint that it was too much to worry about with the players. But what about with guys like you, Fred, with Michael? I mean, you've known Michael forever. You've known Larry obviously well now for the last couple of years. That seems just an outsider's perspective. That had to be one of the hardest decisions that Michael has ever had to make. You know, getting rid of a guy like Larry or parting ways with a guy like Larry, who's obviously a part of the Tar Heel fraternity and someone that he was really, really close to him for a long time.
Yeah, and Larry's been a great friend of all of ours. Clearly, we have the utmost respect for Larry. I know when Michael and Larry went into the meeting, clearly that was a tough day for everybody involved. But more than anything, I think we as an organization really want to thank Larry for all the things that he has done. He really helped us take our franchise from one level to the next. We never made the playoffs. We really hadn't had anybody in there that taught our guys to play the game correctly. I think Randy Bickerstaff did a great job, you know, kicking the franchise off. But Larry came in, it was about teaching our young players the right way to play the game. Again, part of the credibility we've been able to build in this franchise is with us making our first playoff appearance last year. Because of that playoff appearance, we had a great sales summer. We sold 2,500 new full season tickets. We renewed 93% of our ticket base. We added about 44 new corporate sponsors in the last year or so. And a lot of that has to do with the success we were having on the court. Now, clearly, as we move forward, we've got to continue to play better on the court. We've got to do more things in the community to stay connected to the community. Michael's vowed from day one that we are going to be actively involved and do great things in the community. And we've already started doing those type things. So, you know, it's exciting to think about where this franchise can go and where it can be. It's a long way from where it was when I got here 5 years ago. Now that we have, you know, right at 2 million households and businesses able to get our games, where we have satellite and cable, and now we have all in one network on Sports South and all in HD. Those are exciting times. That time on the cable, being our naming rights partner, has also given us a lot of credibility in the court.
Well, I tell you, we're excited to be here today, and I know in the second quarter tonight we're going to be throwing T-shirts out. So we're fired up. We're fired up to do that tonight. We're giving away tickets today to the game, and so if people try to bombard the window over there, I apologize. We're so grateful to be here. We're so excited about doing our first ever show here at Time Warner Cable Arena. The only thing we need in return is for you to go get Michael and sit down. Can you do that?
Well, you know what? He's actually in meetings today, which it's great to have him involved and engaged in all of our business, and to have him so all in with this legacy play that he's brought about this organization. And I want to welcome you guys to our
Thank you very much.
I want to welcome you to our city. We're proud to have you guys as our flagship station carrying the game, and looking forward to a great 2011.
I got 3 words for you. Beat the Heat. All right? Beat the Heat.
That would be a great win.
Yeah,
that's a measuring stick, isn't it?
That would certainly help me become a better salesman.
Right? Fred, you're the best. It's always good to see you.
so much.
President and CEO
Appreciate it.
of the Charlotte Bobcats, Fred Whitfield, joining us here.